very good one. But if you follow that one, so there is some other problems will come. How? Because one language should be followed means like other countries means what will happen, so they will ask them to follow only Hindi language. Then the local people with like Tamil Nadu, Andhra, like that, they'll think that the central government is forcefully implementing Hindi on their states in spite of their languages, so like that they may think. Okay, so that is the contradiction. But however, though we have different 50 nations or 15 or 20 nations like that based on languages, but one language should be there. Okay, when compared to other countries. So that is a small allegation which was not proven. But the central government even trying to get this word, that is one nation, one language. But if you start that one, once again the movements will go up. Okay. Next, decentralization in India. So see here. So what is the meaning for decentralization? So approximately decentralization nothing but approximately it is equal to the federalism. Decentralization nothing but dividing the administration or ruling. So administration or governing or ruling of the country among some other organizations or institutions, that is the state governments. So central government only will not look after all the total corners of India in the interior side. Okay, so Modi is there. Modi cannot come to each and every village and they can find the problems. So he can't see the problems of each and every village across the country. But in spite of that, he was going to allot the local government. So the ruling should be divided. That is state governments. State governments will look after that. Again, the state governments, once again, they cannot reach to this. So that's why we have the local governments or local self-governments are there. So local self-governments. So like that, like this mandals, districts. Okay, we can see this next to villages like that. So this is called as decentralization. So decentralization nothing but just dividing the administration between different organizations. So if you see here example, so the best example means, so you can, while writing in the exams, we can draw sometimes this flow chart. How you can draw that one? Just central or union government. Under this one we can see the states or state governments. Next, after that we can see these local governments or districts. We are calling the big states as the districts, but in small states, eastern side, they are calling just as they are as just local governments or local self-governments. Under these districts, we can see these mandals are regional. Next mandals, next village or panchayats. So this is called as decentralization. Okay, decentralization of ruling or administration. So this is called as at the central level, state level, district level or local level. Next mandal level or regional level, next village level. Okay, so this is called as decentralized. So you can draw the flow chart in the exam and you can explain one by one. So that is called as the decentralization. So here in our state also, we have the 3 capitals. So today that means we have the 3 capitals in Andhra Pradesh. So that shows the decentralization. Decentralized means just we are dividing the rule or administration into some parts. Centralization nothing but all the administration is present in the hands of the central government. But decenter means dividing. Okay, so dividing the rule into some parts like state government, districts, mandals, and next to local, like that. Okay, that is called as decentralization. So we are following the decentralization in India. Okay, but here if you see here, sometimes decentralization is helpful. Why? Because our India is the biggest one. As our country is the 7th largest country in the world, so decentralization is must and required. Suppose if you see this Russia is very biggest country in the world. Okay, even partition, so Russia is also biggest in the world. So the Moscow cannot look after the total Russia, but it can overtake the all the powers of external matters of Russia, but the internal matters will be distributed or decentralized. So the internal development, everything will be looked after by decentralizing the powers, giving some powers to the state government. So they will look after the states, but overall the external matters will be looked after by total Moscow. So that is called as the decentralization. And if you see this Maharashtra and also like Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, they are biggest states. Even the state governments cannot move to each and every place. Every time the CM cannot move to each and every village. So in spite of that, they are going to allot some local self-governments. And the local self-governments are owned or they are looked after by the state governments. Okay, so that is called as decentralization. So definitely in the exam they may ask right about decentralization in India. So you have to explain all this one. Okay, next. So just we move forward. Yes. So this is also one of the we can see here seats reserved in the elected bodies or and the executive heads of these constitution of the executive. So if you see here, sometimes the backward classes are they are not getting the justice. Okay, that means in those days, so it was there. So if you see here, once upon a time, so the backward classes are they are very backward. Okay, when compared to other classes. So there are some divisions is there. We can see the diversity not only in languages but even in this race, and also the casteism was there in our country. So in that also we can see this diversity. So that's why as they are backward for many centuries and decades, so they require some separate seats. Okay, mainly the tribal peoples. Tribal peoples are very backward. Still they are residing in the forest. Okay, so they are completely neglected by the government. There is no access for the governments to these tribal people. So that's why some of the reservations are provided for these tribal peoples, and also some independent institution called state election commission. So election commissions also decentralized. You know that. So everything whatever is there in the central government, that will be decentralized. So there will be national state. That means if you see here in the central level, so national election commissioner will be there. Under him we can see that state election commissioner, and again here the districts also we can see that district election commissioner. So this is called as decentralization. Okay, decentralization. So this shows that decentralization is working in our country. Okay, so next we move just forward. Okay, so I said this one. These are the district levels. So there are some different electorals are there. Example, the MLAs, MPs. So MLAs, MPs. So if you see here, the state government, under state government, we can see these constituencies. So each constituency was having separate MLA, but here all the MLAs are headed by one CM. So this is also the decentralization. But sometimes in some countries, if there is no decentralization, nothing is there means all the powers are executed by one person. That is called as the dictator governments. So if you see Hitler, so Hitler is going to execute all the powers of the country. Okay, that shows this dictator government. Okay, so that kind of government should be gone, which is not good for the democracy. Okay, you can see here, so district levels and also the mandal levels, you can see different people, different electorals. They are called as representatives. Different representatives can be seen. Even at the village level also we have separate representatives.